I'm Chris Cutler. I met Tim when I joined or wanted to join Henry Cow in 1970-something.
71, let's say.
71.
Yeah.
And on and off, we've been doing things ever since. I've done lots of things since. And all of the things that you do add to your vocabulary.
When we first started improvising together in the Henry Cow group, the way that we improvised was highly conditioned by the fact that we were also playing composed pieces. And I think we were influenced in our way of improvising by contemporary composers. Another kind of obvious thing in my case is that sometimes, it's not about the instant response. Actually, I won't do the first thing that comes to mind. I'll do the second thing that comes to mind, because that's what composers do, right? They think whilst they're creating the music. But improvised music is really fast.
My approach to improvising is not to do the second thing, but to do something before I even think of the first thing. That's my approach.
The zero thing.
Yes. So for me, the best situation is a situation in which I virtually don't have to make any decisions at all. Things just happen and I let them happen.
Did you ever imagine that we'd be working together in 2025? And the answer to that is no, we didn't, but then we didn't not imagine it either.
And it was the kind of, it was the kind of education, Henry Cow. We all knew a little bit about a few things, but after however many years it was, 5, 6 years, we all learned a lot. And it's true that if I wind up in an improvising situation with any ex-member of Henry Cow, there are things that I still know are going to work, because we just have, all your brain logs everything away and it brings the things out it needs when it needs them.
It is actually a lot about imagination. I sometimes think that what we're doing is kind of showing imagination at work, if that makes sense, which maybe has a kind of electrical effect on people who hear it. In Henry Cow, we were sort of imagining a society which didn't exist yet. We were playing the kind of feelings that might be appropriate to that society that didn't exist yet. And I think we probably still are doing that.
The only time I have to do something is when it's not going well, or I'm bored with it and I think something's got to happen now. And then you think, what sort of thing could happen?
But can you think with your body?
I think my body does, yes. My body's learned all these routines. Yeah. I don't need to tell my body how to walk or how to walk round an obstacle or jump over. It just knows to do that stuff all by itself. That's just speaking in an ideal way. And it doesn't actually happen like that all the time. I think people understand their own experiences in different ways. They describe them in different ways, but the same thing is happening to everybody. It's just they need to understand it. They need to give themselves an account of what's going on, and they choose one or other of various available metaphors. So Tim and I just chose 2 different possible metaphors, but quite possibly underneath the same thing is happening.
Yeah.
There is no structure. The structure comes as a result of what happens, but there's nothing predetermined, so we don't have to worry about it. It's like going for a walk. You know, you just pass through different kinds of countryside and you look at things that are interesting on the way. Unlike most improvising musicians, I'm happy to say that I don't really listen to what Tim's doing. And I don't listen to what I'm doing either. But I hear the whole sound, everything that's going on. And as long as the whole sound seems to be okay to me, I'm happy. And when something feels wrong, then I have to be aware of what's happening. And then I listen. I actually listen. Usually to do the opposite thing. In yesterday's gig, there were some bits we thought, that's really good. What you can never do is do that again. No. It won't be good the second time. It won't work. No. It was only good because of the whole situation.
Exactly, yeah.
So far, there's always been things, because we're busy. We keep busy, and doing different kinds of things. And this is important aspect of being a jack of all trades. Is that actually all the different things that you do feed into each other. You know, so I still play in rock and roll contexts sometimes. It's very different from what I'm doing now. We're both in a contemporary music ensemble, so-called. I look forward to doing something different. Yeah, and at the moment, you know, I'm recording with this very large ensemble called Himmel, which are very minimal compositions for a lot of fuzz organs, bass and drums, and two other kinds of keyboard. I always look forward to this because it's a unique project. I have to do things that I can't do.
I've got some work coming up. I wrote some settings of poems by a Japanese anarchist who was executed in 1911 for plotting to kill the emperor. And she's a very good poet. And I've done some settings of her poems. And we're going to do that in London in December. And then I want to write a piece for ensemble because I haven't written one this year, and I'd like to write one a year if possible. That's like, you know, minimum of 6 instruments.
I think more people should get on the streets. That's what I think. It's too late to be passive about things.